I'm only 5'6", and I get about 20 to 30 matches a week on Hinge. Meanwhile, guys that are 6'4", even 6'5", come to me for help for setting up their dating app profiles because they can barely even get 1 to 2 matches a month, let alone matches that they're even attracted to. Like, they'd probably be embarrassed to be seen with these girls in public. Meanwhile, me, I got loads of attractive women in my inbox every single day. And the difference between me and them, or maybe me and you, is I know how to present myself in an attractive way. I know what kind of photos make girls actually want to swipe right on me and even leave a comment sending me the first message, which only increases the odds of us going on a date. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the exact kind of photo, the highest performing photo, my most liked photo that reels in all the matches. So you can literally just copy me. You can take this photo, you'll know how to pose for it, what facial expression to make, what to wear, what location to be in. So you can just copy this photo and get the exact same results as me. So without further ado, let's get straight into the presentation. This photo will 3x your matches on Hinge. Let's begin. So why should you guys listen to me? Well, I made a pretty drastic transformation for myself. I went from being the guy who couldn't attract a girl to save his life to the point I was venting about it on Reddit almost every single day. Like, read some of the captions to these posts. Single people on Reddit. What do you do when you feel lonely? Or this one's really funny. Girl who ghosted me voted on my Instagram story. So long story short, there was this girl when I was in college that I was really, really into. And she didn't really feel me like that, but out of sympathy, she gave me her phone number. And I didn't realize it was out of sympathy. I kind of lacked self-awareness. And I tried scheduling a date with her. And again, out of sympathy, she agreed to go out with me. But then the day of the date, she gave me like this BS excuse on why she couldn't go anymore and flaked on me. And then I never heard from her again. And that drove me insane because I was obsessed with this girl, like obsessed. And it drove me to the point where I was making posts like this on Reddit almost every single day, like talking about like, oh man, like I should have said this. Oh man, like if I did this instead, if I didn't send her this text, if I invited her to do this, like just overthinking every little scenario, not having the self-awareness to realize it didn't matter what I did. She didn't like me in the first place. I was never going to have the outcome I wanted. And I remember I specifically like posted a poll on my story on Instagram because you can post like a poll for people to vote on. And she voted on that poll. And I was like, guys, she voted on the Instagram poll. Like, do I still have a chance? Should I shoot my shot again? Should I reach out to her? Like, just totally delusional, down bad, down horrendous, not being able to attract really any women, right? Read this. Like, how should I go about asking for her number? This girl canceled on me. But gave me an excuse. How well did I handle this? Like, I was just posting on Reddit every single day about all the different girls that were rejecting me, friend zoning me, flaking on me. And I was just venting, right? Venting because I was pretty much at level 0, if you want to call that, not being able to attract a woman to save my life. Like, if my life depended on it, I would have died. That's how damn bad it was. But now I'm in a position where I literally make videos like this, where I coach men on how to improve their dating life, right? And I think the biggest flex here is I'm 5'6". And as you can see, obviously my bio says 5'7". But little pro tip, like if you're vertically challenged, just add an extra inch or two to your height. It's not a big deal. Literally every man lies about their height with dating apps. So don't feel awkward doing it. You're just playing to win the game. But despite being a shorter man, I do far better than most guys. In fact, most guys can't even really get a match to save their life on dating apps. Like, I review dozens of profiles every single week, and I get guys who are literally 6'4" who are only getting 2 matches a month, right? Meanwhile, me, overnight, I got 10 matches with 10 beautiful women. I have 116 notifications on my Hinge inbox. In fact, before shooting this video, I checked, it was actually at 122. And then I get hit with this annoying notification almost every single day. You could say I'm suffering from success, right? Hinge literally won't let me accept any more matches or likes because I have too many girls in my inbox. So I constantly have to unmatch with girls to get new ones in my inbox. It's frustrating, but
it's a good problem to have. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to be in this exact same position. So you don't have to watch videos like this anymore. You don't have to stress about your dating life. You can just kind of put dating on the back burner because your inbox is just getting inundated with matches every single week. But to really show you guys I know what I'm talking about, this girl DM'd me on Instagram the other day, and she goes, "Your breakdown of how to do a decent profile on Hinge is fantastic. I never even thought about the psychology of it, but you're so absolutely right on why certain photos work. Also, please ask the guys to stop with the fishing and hunting photos and the group photos where you have to play detective to figure out which one the guy is." So when a woman is literally confirming everything I teach, that should be enough to tell you, yeah, I should probably listen to this guy. He probably knows what he's talking about. He's 5'6", gets dozens of matches every single week on Hinge, and women are literally reaching out to him saying, man, I wish more guys had a dating app profile like you. So without further ado, let's go over how you can literally triple your matches with this one photo. And if you're like, oh, well, I get 0 matches a week, so 0 times 3 is still 0. You're going to get more matches, bro. Don't worry. You're in the right spot. Just keep watching this video. So if you don't have good photos, you're just going to end up being another statistic. So photos will absolutely make or break your experience. Just like I said, I review dozens of profiles every single week, and I see the same mistakes over and over again. And this girl literally called him out in this post, taking photos of you with a fish you caught. She's not trying to see it. Like that's a meme at this point, guys. You should know at this point not to post the fish picture. Like there's been so many memes about that, but she's not trying to see a photo of you on a boat with some slimy fish you caught. Like that's just grossing her out. Or a picture of the deer you killed. Like, yeah, that's cool. You go hunting, but like she's not trying to see that. Like that's not raising her attraction. And then lastly, group photos. That's one of the biggest mistakes I see. Guys will take photos in groups with their friends, but their friends are taller than them and better looking. Like, why would you do that to yourself? You're doing yourself a disservice. Like, why would she look at that photo and be like, yeah, I want to go out with him now? No, she's seeing her friends like, oh, he's the ugly one. No, thanks. Swipe. Nope. You lost the match. So there was a study that showed the experience of men versus women on Tinder. So women match with 30%, 36% of the guys they like. Meanwhile, men match with less than 2%. And you probably fall under this statistic. Like the average man is barely getting a match or 2 a week, let alone matches he's even attracted to, right? Like, let's be real. The matches you get, you wouldn't be excited to go out with them. In fact, you'd be kind of embarrassed to be seen with them in public. Like you'd be like, oh man, I hope I don't see anyone I know out with this girl. In fact, there was another study that showed the average man has to swipe 50 times on Tinder, 50, before you can even get a single match. So the average man does pretty poorly on online dating. But what if I told you it's not because the women have unrealistic, superficial standards, and it's not because you're shadow banned, and it's not because Match.com is preying on weak, insecure men and they're just trying to take your money. What if I told you it's none of that? It's simply due to the fact that you don't understand the importance of having good photos. Your photos will make or break your experience. That's why I'm able to get 20 to 30 matches a week despite being 5'6", because I know how to present myself in an attractive way. In fact, I'm going to make an analogy for you. When you're using online dating, it's kind of like, if you're selling a product, right? You are the product, right? But in order to sell the product, you have to market it in a way where people are like, oh, wow, I want that. I need that, right? It's all about how you advertise yourself. And the same thing goes for online dating. You have to market yourself in an attractive way so she feels inclined to match with you. That way you can set up a date with her. But if you can't market yourself in a way where women are like, wow, he's attractive, I want to go out with him, you're just going to end up in all the other profiles she swiped no on, right? Another analogy, your online dating app profile is your dating app resume, right? So if you were to apply for a job, you would present yourself in the most qualified way possible so you could secure the interview. You'd put your credentials, prior work experience, your skill set, maybe even some people that could put in a good name for you, right? That way you could secure the interview and hopefully get hired for the role. Well, are we not doing the same thing with our dating app profile? Instead of applying for a job, we're applying for the date, right? So you need to present yourself instead of the most qualified way possible, the most attractive way possible, catering more towards the female gaze, what women find attractive. That way she feels inclined to match with you, maybe even message you first, and all you have to do is set up the date. It's as simple as that. So without further ado, let's go over the photo that's going to get you all the matches. Like, this photo is the money maker. This is what gets you matches rolling in inbound. And that is the dinner table picture. This is my most liked photo on Hinge, guys. This photo performs very, very well for a multitude of reasons. And we'll cover exactly why it performs so well, how you can take this photo so you can literally just copy me and get the exact same results and start going on dates this week. Now, here are some of the results I've gotten from this photo so you can see I'm not full of shit. Like, this is just like before shooting this video, I just started to scroll through my likes to see, who all liked this photo. And I got all these attractive women just in my inbox liking this photo. Like, literally this girl right here, most compatible, right? How many of you guys are getting liked by your most compatible? And some of you guys are ridiculous. I read the comments on all my posts and you always talk about, oh, he only attracts Latinas. He only attracts ethnic women. Well, first things first, bro, like, what matches are you getting? You're literally watching this video because you're in the position of not being able to get a match to save your life. Like, you're literally this statistic right here. So before you run your mouth, like, understand, like, I have the matches and you don't. But also, who doesn't like Latinas? I love Latinas. Latinas are actually my type. So I'm literally matching with the kind of girls that are my type. They're liking me first. They're messaging me first. They're sending me super likes, roses. I'm matching with my most compatible. I'm constantly getting inundated with girls in my inbox that are my type. Meanwhile, you are settling for matches you don't even find that attractive, and they leave you on red. They leave you on red, and you're better looking than these girls. So before you run your mouth, just understand, I'm in the position you wouldn't be in, right? But for those of you that don't have an ego, just disregard what I said. You're in the right spot. I know you're here to learn. Either way, you're going to be able to get the same kind of results I have here. So let's break down why this photo does so well. So why this photo does so well. It gives her a taste of my lifestyle, right? So a little pro tip when it comes to online dating. With the majority of your pictures, you want to give her a taste of who you are and what you like to do, so she can kind of, imagine her lifestyle. In fact, you want her to be able to imagine herself in your lifestyle, right? Because women, they love to imagine things. They love to fantasize. And if you get her fantasizing about you, the odds of you going on a date are significantly higher. The odds of her liking you first or messaging you first, a lot higher, right? But what's even better is if you can take a photo where she can literally imagine herself on a date with you. Like, this photo, it's almost as if she's sitting across from me at the dinner table. So now she's like imagining, oh, wow, I get to be on a date with this handsome guy. I'm playing footsies with him under the table. We're having all these conversations, right? She's literally imagining that. Plus, like, what woman doesn't like good food? Women love food, and they love eating food with handsome men. So if you can take a nice photo where not only she can imagine herself in your life, but she can imagine herself on a date with you, particularly a date you would actually want to go on, you're going to get a lot of matches. You're going to get a lot of matches in your inbox, right? And this photo does all of that. Like, it's like I said, it's like she's sitting across the table from me. She can see what my face looks like, which is another thing. A big mistake a lot of you guys make is, I review your profile and I don't even know what your face looks like. Like, if she doesn't know what your face looks like, she's not going to take the time to figure it out. She's just going to swipe no on you, right? You have to be able to clearly see what you look like in your photos, right? Because like I said, you only have really half a second to grab her attention before she swipes no on you. And this photo literally does all of that. She can get a taste of my lifestyle. She can imagine herself on a date with me, and she can clearly see what I look like, right? So a big mistake a lot of you guys might make, or you already are making, is you're going to try and copy this photo, but you're going to look something like this. This photo looks like my mom took it, right? well, actually, she did take this photo, right? Because I'm smiling, right? My body language isn't that good. Like, this is not how you want to do it, guys. This is not how you want to do it. Like, you do not want the photo to look like your mom took it for you, because then she's not going to really have like the same level of attraction for you. So let's go over how to take this photo correctly, because I don't want you to look like this. This is not going to get you any likes or any matches at all, if I'm being totally honest. So how to take this photo. So first things first, you have to go to a nice restaurant. Don't do this at McDonald's. Don't do this at some chain restaurant. Go to a nice facility, right? And you want to take a photo. Make sure like you're facing the camera, right? Like I said, she needs to see what your face looks like. So you have to face the camera. And what's key, so you don't look like your mom asked you to say cheese for the photo, is just have a slight smirk, right? You don't need to be like, or don't do any of that. I see a lot of guys doing that. I'm like, you look feminine, you look girly. Like, that's not what you want to do. You want to have a little bit of sex appeal. And the way you do that is kind of like with a stern face, or even like a slight smirk, kind of like and the way you do that is you want to just slightly squint your eyes. Not too much. Don't go like this. Just kind of slightly squint them. Relax your eyebrows. Don't raise your eyebrows up like this. Just kind of relax your eyebrows, slightly squint your eyes, kind of slightly bite your cheekbones. You don't want to go like that. Don't do that. Just slightly bite them, just a little bit, and then smile. Literally just like that. That's literally it. That's how you take this photo. It is so simple. And then you want to make sure like the photo's kind of, so whoever's taking the photo for you, that they're holding it higher up like this and slightly angling it downwards just a little bit, because this is going to make your face look more angular. It's going to make your jawline pop a little more, and it's just going to make you look better looking. And if you're thinking like, oh, I don't want to catfish it, you're not going to catfish. Literally, like, this is what girls do when they take photos. They go the extra mile. They do all this stuff. They like take 100 photos just to post one, right? And they're playing around with all these different angles, all these different facial expressions, everything, right? So don't feel ashamed of doing it. Girls literally do the same thing. Like, you can learn so much from girls on how to take photos. Like, literally just look at a girl's Instagram and you'll see, okay, this is what I need to do to take better photos. And then lastly, so I said you're going to be in a nice restaurant. More than likely, the lights are going to be dimmed. So you want to use the night flash. You want to use the night flash. That way you can clearly see what your face looks like. Otherwise, it's going to be dark. It's going to be out of focus. So use the night flash. Just make sure after you use the night flash, you edit the photo, because your face might look like really, really white. So you're going to need to play around with the filters and the lighting and everything. And then you're going to make sure that you edit the red eyes out, because you don't want like red eyes in the photo. That's not going to look good either. But that's how you take this photo. It's pretty simple and it performs really, really well. Like I said, here's some other examples. So this one, it's actually at the same restaurant. It's called Bob's Steakhouse. It's a really, really, really good steakhouse. If you live in the DFW area like I do, you've probably been here. If not, you need to go, because it's fucking good. It's good, right? And then plus, you can go there, get some photos for your dating app profile while eating a nice steak. But this one performs really, really well too. So this one actually isn't straight on. It's more so like she's sitting next to me in the booth, which is also really, really good, right? Like, if you're on a date, little pro tip, you don't necessarily want to sit across from her. You want to kind of sit next to her, right? And this photo does a really good job of illustrating that, as if she's sitting next to me in the booth. She's playing footsies with me under the table, grabbing my arms, that kind of thing, right? Plus, I look good, got the night flash, all that. This one does really, really good too. So this was actually during the daytime, so I didn't use the night flash. But I'm on this like nice rooftop. I was actually in Colorado here. I was at this one Mexican restaurant. But this photo used to be my most liked photo back when I was clean shaven. I still have it on my profile because it performs well. But, it just does really well because it has a nice background. I'm on a rooftop. Face is looking good. I got the nice outfit, which is another thing, guys. Like, make sure you're wearing your best outfit for this photo. When you take this dinner table photo, wear a nice outfit. Wear a nice polo, sweater, a button down, something like that. Like, look presentable. Throw on some jewelry, like a watch, a bracelet, a necklace. Like, you want to look good. You need to have a level of sex appeal to you. And you can do that by wearing really, really nice outfits, right? Make sure your hair is looking nice too. Like, don't go in there with your hair a mess. Like, get your haircut done, brush it, put some product in it. Like, look presentable, guys, right? But that's what's key with these photos. right? And you can even add a little bit of sex appeal, like I said, by doing the slight smirk like I am in this photo, or you can even do a stern face. This can be harder to pull off, but if you can master the facial expression, it'll do really, really good. So just practice your facial expressions in the mirror so you can kind of just think automatically when someone takes a photo of you, how you want to pose your face. That way it doesn't look like too forced. But that's how you can take these. I remember what I was going to say. So to add a little more sex appeal, notice how in these photos, I'm wearing like a fitted polo, right? So you can clearly see my arms and forearms in these photos, which just add an element of sex appeal to it, right? That's why these photos do so well. I'm in a good location. She can imagine herself with me. I look handsome. And there's a bit of sex appeal with the facial expression and the physique showing. But that's the photo you guys can take. And if you want results like this, here's some guys that I've helped. So this man right here, 5'4", living in India, and he had a non-existent dating life. Like he was literally convinced that he was going to have to move overseas to Canada to finally fix his dating life. Like he couldn't get dates. He was afraid of women. He couldn't get matches on dating apps. And now he's in a position where not only is he cold approaching girls and landing dates that way, but he's literally getting like 5 to 8 likes a day on Hinge with girls that are messaging him first, that are attractive, that are his type, that he never thought he could attract. And they're wanting to go out with him. Like they're literally flirting with him. Like read some of these messages. You're like, oh, hey, damn, right? Another guy I helped, he didn't even like work with me one-on-one. He just watched one of my YouTube videos, and he's 5'8", and just from watching one of these guides that I posted in the past, he got 2 dates lined up, right? Another guy who was 5'4.5" went from getting 1 to 2 matches a week to now getting literally 10 to 20 a week. He 10x'd his results. Just from working and applying the things that I teach, which just goes to show, if you're a shorter man, it's not your height that's stopping you. It's just the fact that you don't know how to optimize your dating app profile and that you don't have the proper systems in place. So if you'd like to learn the exact systems I and the guys I work with use, so you can literally start landing more matches and convert them into dates this week, you can actually apply to work with me one-on-one. I specifically help guys who are shorter and struggling with dating, but even if you're not short, you can still work with me. I've helped guys who are 6'3", 6'4". It's only going to, get you better results because you have height going for you. But if you're a shorter man and, you want to finally improve your dating life so you can start getting matches on dating apps and convert them to dates, and you don't have to settle for girls that aren't really your type or stress about how you're going to meet the next girl you go out with. And you can kind of just put dating on the back burner because, you're just getting dozens of matches every single week. So you don't have to stress about it anymore. It's just kind of like something you check a dating app here and there, like, oh, she's cute. Let's message her, schedule a date, boom, move on, right? You're also not operating from like a point of neediness or desperation because hey, if it doesn't work out with her, I got all these other girls in my inbox, which actually ends up making you more attractive because you're operating from this point of abundance, which makes her perceive you as more confident, which only elevates her attraction. And that's exactly what I teach guys to do. I help them maximize their self-image and then package it together on a dating app so they can get the same results as me, like the guys in that last slide. So if you've liked the free content I've posted, like this video or any of the other Hinge guides I've posted in the past, if you've gotten value from that, just imagine what it's like, spending money and working with me one-on-one. Just imagine that. Like if you've gotten the results you've gotten from just my free content, imagine where you'll get working with someone who's been in your exact shoes, who knows exactly how you feel and the exact thoughts you have. Probably pretty good, probably life-changing results. So if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, you can just click the top link in the description of this video. You can book a one-on-one call with me where we'll go over your dating strategy and talk about, what all you've tried, what your goals are, and how we can optimize that so you can get the exact same results as me and the guys I've helped. Without further ado, boys, I hope you got value from this video. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message on Instagram. I respond to all of my DMs. But like, subscribe, and I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace.